Hey guys, welcome to Sober Redneck. I'm your host, Ben, or Benjamin, wherever you want to call me. Today's episode is going to be an interview with my wife or spouse, whatever you want to call them these days, about relationships, mental health, and sobriety. Uh, Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Cassidy Stavely, and as most know, I am Ben Stavely's wife. Um, I don't really have an addiction, but as you would ask Ben, he would say I'm addicted to cigarettes. I do love my cigarettes. I've only been smoking for about 2 years, but it's something that I like to do for myself. I don't know why. I know it's a nasty habit, but I don't know. I currently work at the daycare on post at Fort Stewart. I've been with CYS for 2 years. I love working with children, and we have three beautiful children of our own. They're a little crazy sometimes, but we love them. And I'm just here today as support to my husband, Ben Stabler.
Uh, Before we get started, won't you tell everybody how long we've been together?
We've been together for 15 years. So since, okay, it started in seventh grade, okay? Then my mother liked to move us around a lot. So I moved, I think, in the summer, maybe, of seventh grade. And then I came back in ninth grade, and we've been together ever since. So,
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a interview. I'm going to let you interview me first. And then once you're done, I have questions for you, and I'm interview you. And today, guys, I have so much to write down. I didn't use the index cards. I got my notebook. So take it away, Cassidy.
okay, first question. What do you think is the biggest challenge couples face today?
The biggest challenge couples face today is definitely social media. Social media is playing a big part of dividing relationships.
I agree. Okay,
Mhm.
what's the key to maintaining a healthy relationship?
The key to, and put my note, this is my questions. I ain't writing none down. She ain't give me no answers. Put it down. Repeat the question.
Okay, what's the key to maintaining a healthy relationship?
Communication, communication, communication.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mhm. What does trust mean to you in a relationship?
Say again. What does trust?
What does trust mean to you in a relationship?
Trust to me in a relationship means that there's this unspoken, like, like this mutual thing that I don't have to always be there to for you to for them to get stuff done or any tasking or anything. I just know that there's like this that there's that trust there. I don't have to keep pound pondering and asking these questions and just asking about it, getting updates or bugging you about doing it. Like there's this trust there that you
I'm gonna
ain't
get
gonna
it
do nothing. Huh?
that you know the other person's gonna get it done.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. What's the best relationship advice you've ever received?
That was actually from your daddy. There was two of them. I got two of them. One was from your daddy. He told me when I asked him if I could marry you, he said, he said yes, obviously. But before that, he was like, make sure we get everything we want in life before we actually start having kids. So we have time for everything.
Yeah, we didn't listen, did we?
No, we didn't.
What's the
Mm.
second one?
The second one was from an older guy. He said, can you imagine your spouse shitting something out this big and about this big around where you still love them? I say, yeah.
Okay. How do you balance personal growth with a committed relationship?
How do you balance personal growth with a committed relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have the right partner, y'all kind of build each other up with the personal growth. And you just have to take the good and the bad and try balancing work, your time with your spouse, and other times with your other family.
Yeah.
But if you got the right partner, y'all both will build each other's personal growth.
Right. Okay. Is it okay to stay in a relationship if you're no longer in love with your partner?
So that's tricky. If you look at it from a financial standpoint, and the kids ain't 18 yet, you stay until they're 18. But if you're not looking at it from it, you're looking at it for just love and all that. No, if you're no longer in love, you just move on. That way you
Okay.
ain't putting no hurt on the other person.
Right. Okay. Should you tell your partner if you cheat on them?
Yeah, sure. If you want to. If not, you could just keep it in
Yeah.
and then continue lying, and then all of a sudden you're doing a lot more stuff than what you usually do, and then the lies starts catching up. So it's best to be honest.
I agree. Okay. Should you change who you are for your partner?
No.
No.
Because that person has already liked you enough to be in a committed relationship with you as that person that they met you as. So why would you change later on?
Yeah.
Because a person already liked you enough to be in a relationship. Now they asking you to change. Why was they ever in a relationship?
But what about if it's like something small and something that like can be worked on?
Like what?
Like just little things that they do, like mm, I don't know, that agitate you, that irritate you, like that something that y'all talked about, like something that bothers you, and you tell them, like, do you think that you can change it for them, or like to fix the problem?
I ain't sure they could try. But at the end of the day, you already was with this person the way he was or they was. And then now you upset about it and you want them to change that because it rubs you the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see they trying it, but not really going for it.
Should you forgive a partner who has betrayed you, or is it better to move on?
Hmm. If you really like that person, I'll say yeah, forgive them, and then move. Go about y'all's relationship. But it all depends on what you really want out of life. If you want to stay with that person, or if you don't want to stay with a person, that's just your excuse to be. I'm done with you and go about your day.
Okay. Should you disclose your mental health issues to your partner early in the relationship?
Mm. Yeah, if you have it at the beginning stages of it, you could disclose it, or just mention, "Hey, I go see a therapist. I'm working on this," or whatever you doing. Uh, yeah, I'll say yeah, disclose that in the beginning. That way, there's no surprises later on.
Yeah. What about in the middle?
Hmm.
What about in the middle of the relationship when like it does occur? Should you tell them like
Uh,
right away?
yeah, if you have that confidence in that person to, you know, tell them that, hey, I think I need to go see somebody or go talk to somebody. But you should, if you have a good communication and is honest with each other.
Okay. If you could go on a dream vacation with your partner, where would you go?
A dream vacation. Mm, I would say somewhere in Montana or Wyoming. Out there, you see that great landscape, all the mountains and stuff. Look up pictures of Montana and Wyoming. You'd be like, yeah, I want to go there too.
I mean,
Just
yeah, I've
get
always.
a cabin, do some hunting,
Oh.
fishing, ride four-wheelers, all that good stuff.
Okay. If you could relive any moment in your relationship, what would it be?
If I could relive any moment in my relationship, what would it be? Hmm. I would say, the day we got married, just be in that moment for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Actually enjoy it. You know what I
I feel
mean?
like
Not invite certain few family members. You know, some loud ones in there.
that would have been your family. Want to shout them out?
No, I'm not shouting them.
Well, we still love them, but I feel like it did. Like that day went by so fast. Like I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy it.
Real girls fast.
Okay. How does one know whether their relationship is worth saving or if they should let it go and move on?
Repeat that again, a little slower.
Okay. How does one know whether their relationship is worth saving or if they should let it go and move on?
That's really on the person that's thinking about should they save it or should they let it go. If that person think that they could try making it work and let go of everything that happened, then yeah, continue on. But if not, you need to just go ahead and face the facts and move on, get out of there.
Yeah, but how long should it take someone?
It depends. It all depends on how long does that person really need to think about all the stuff that has conspired in the relationship to see if they
Mm-hmm.
want to stay around or not.
Okay. What are some effective communication strategies that couples can use to improve their relationship?
Effective communication skills,
Hmm. Strategies, yeah.
strategy skills. Uh, honestly, being well. First of all, you gotta be honest with yourself. If you're honest with
Mm-hmm.
yourself, you can be honest with others. Uh, so be honest with in the relationship. Will also help is set aside a time in the day. That way, it's just y'all and and a certain amount of time, just where y'all could talk to each other, have that little time together. Uh, that's about all I know right now.
Okay. What advice would you give to couples who are struggling to maintain a strong connection in the face of long distance or other challenges?
Say the first part again. Strong
Hmm. Connection. Okay. What
connection.
advice?
So yeah, what advice would I give somebody that's needs to keep their connection strong in a long distance or facing a long distance relationship?
Yeah, couples.
Oh, so that goes into depends on the distance. So it's a few hours away, and one of the significant others have the ability to maybe go see them every 2 or 3 weeks or on a weekend or something. Uh, plan that out. But if it's like where you had to take a plane or something. Uh, Try coming together and see if y'all have ideas on what dates will work for y'all, if y'all have good dates or, a good schedule of what's happening. Um, and just, I would say, so what's really hard about long distance is if it's a very long distance, you have to get uh, accustomed to being on different time schedules. The time schedules is not the same. You're gonna have less time to talk, so you have to make it worth everything, or make it important time to actually, when you do talk, you talk instead of worrying about nonsense.
Yeah. I agree. And especially hard when both are working, and yeah, it's really hard. Okay. How can I show you that I appreciate, respect, and listen to you?
How can I show you how
No,
I
how can I show you that I appreciate, respect, and listen to you?
um hmm so like if I say something or ask you to do something that I think is important, I think you should listen and take it seriously. Uh, be there if I need you for this while I'm on this recovery journey. Just make yourself available. Uh, Respect. Just value what I say. Think about what I say. Don't backburner it. Make me a priority. Well, not more priority than the kids or the house or food, but make it where I'm up there in priority, where I don't feel like I'm a back burner.
How could I be a better wife?
How could you be better wife? Ooh, you ready for this one?
Yeah, give it to me.
So nothing with the kids. You're perfect on that a little bit.
Mm, I remember that.
Instead of doing what you've been doing, I told you not to do.
Mm.
Uh, Listen to me. Value what I say. Uh, Understand that if I say it more than once, that it's pretty important to do. Like it's not me just wanting you to do it. It's because there's something important behind it. Um, Clean my yard up. No, I'm just kidding. Clean the
I
house up a little bit more. That's about it. About it.
do. Okay, this is the last question, and it's a would you rather.
Mm.
Okay. Would you rather stay single for the rest of your life or stay with a bad partner?
Stay single for the rest of my life.
I agree.
Mm.
Okay. Well, that completes your questions.
That was it. I thought you said you had a lot.
Well, you said do 12. I did 18.
Okay. All right. You ready? Mine's tough. Mine's tougher than what you said.
I bet. Let's go.
Uh, what's the best relationship advice you ever received?
Mhm. Well, like you said, my dad told me the same thing as he told you. But mostly everybody just tells me communication and trust each other.
And before I ask the next one, I just want to put it out there. I gave her a list of questions and a website of where questions are, and we both picked from it. So there's going to be multiple questions heard and said during this. Just be mindful of it. What's the key to maintaining a healthy relationship?
Hmm. Key to maintaining a healthy relationship, I believe, is number one, communication, trust, um, be honest with each other, make time for each other, mm, make both of you guys a priority, mm, and just respect one another.
Mm,
I think respect is a
mm.
big one.
Respect's a big one. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. I can see that being very important in a relationship. Hmm. What do you think is the biggest challenges couples face today?
Communication.
Communication.
And yeah, social media is a big one because it allows them so many. Well, really, I mean, just even having a phone these days, like it can be anything. Like so many things in ways that they didn't have back in the day, and it's just made it easier for society to open up a lot of things that really hurt because they have those options. And of course, people are curious and they're gonna use them options.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean by options? And things? Open up things.
Um, Easy ways to hide things. To like the dating apps, just Facebook, Instagram, like they just women can post half naked pictures and like
Well, there's a new thing out there too. It's called Threads or Treads, something like that.
yeah, I never heard
It's
of that.
powered by Instagram. Hey, Gabe. Uh, what's non-negotiable for you in a relationship?
Non-negotiable. Like give me an example.
What's something that you will not tolerate in a relationship?
Oh, disrespect, um, lies, and continuing to be hurt.
Hmm. I see. Hmm. How important is communication in your relationship?
It's very important to me. I think that most of the time, that's why a lot of people struggle because people just want to put it, just they don't want to talk about it. And sometimes talking about it and get through it really helps. Even no matter it hurts, it does hurt, but just talking about it sometimes can just relieve because women they overthink. So they got all these scenarios going in their head instead of knowing the truth. If you just go ahead and tell the truth, then it stops all those scenarios and thinking, like just different things.
Well, if they have these scenarios running through their head, why don't they just come out and ask the questions or say what they are thinking so it could be out there?
Because they just feel like it's gonna be lies.
Because that's part of like communication, right? That way you're not
Mm-hmm.
sitting there overthinking and stressing, causing you. Because if you're worried about what the man's doing, you don't really know what the woman's doing, and you start slipping on other things.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
What does trust mean to you?
Trust means to me a lot. Like I love to have trust. Like I feel like if you don't have trust, then you're not gonna get nowhere.
Okay. Ready for this one?
No.
Can you tell the listeners of this lovely podcast and YouTube channel how we met each other?
Well, so I moved there in 7th grade, and we had a class together, Mr. Clover's class. I don't remember what he taught, but I just remember
Like
sitting behind the.
history.
What was it? History?
History, I think.
History or literature? I don't know. Um, so I remember sitting behind this boy, and I think we just got back from recess or snack or something, and I opened my bag of, I think it was popcorn. And when I opened my bag, I don't know, I was always shy. I was nervous. I was a nervous wreck in school. I didn't like to talk to nobody. And so when I opened my bag, it went all over him. All over the floor, all over in front of me. And I just remember turning around, and I was so embarrassed because I already thought he was cute. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then so one of his friends that he's been friends with a long time, Allie, we were friends. We became good friends, and she tried to hook me up with him. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if I wrote a note, she made me write a note, or did she go up to them and she set us up? I can't really remember.
A
But she
long
also.
time ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Alright. Does your spouse feel like you're a priority even when you're hanging out with friends?
Do I feel like you're a priority when I'm hanging out with friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to make sure I still text you no matter what. Sometimes, yeah, it might take a minute because, like if we go swimming or something, yeah, I got to be in the kids with the water at all times and my eyes on them. Um, and then, like, if I go out, I'm always texting you no matter what. You can FaceTime me anytime. I'm going to answer the phone. I don't care if it's loud in there. I'm going to answer the phone. Um, yeah, I try to make you a priority as much as I can. Sometimes it might not feel that way, but I do.
If you could relive any moment in your relationship, what would it be?
Hmm. We have a lot of memories. Try not to cry.
Oh my God. Don't be crying on here, Cassie. I ain't stopping this and doing this again.
Mm, probably when I was pregnant with Lily and just following you around everywhere.
What were we doing?
Everything.
Mhm. Working.
Making money.
Mm-hmm.
And me big as I don't know what.
Yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you on a date?
I don't know if I ever been on an actual date.
What? Lies.
Mm, I'm sure there's something.
I thought you shit yourself on one of them.
Did not. I know I shit
Mm.
myself on daily, but like I don't think I did it on a
Mm.
date.
Mm. You got anything?
Hold on. Um, no, I don't think anything embarrassing has happened.
Uh, what kind of activities do you enjoy engaging in with each other outdoors?
Fishing. We both love to fish. Mm. And when you ask me to go hunting, sometimes I will, but mainly in afternoons because I'm not a morning person. Um, Really, just when we have spare the moments when we go riding, like just nothing, just go riding and just enjoying the view. We both like to like find fishing spots, or when we go camping, we'll go ahead and go look at all the camping spots. Like sometimes it's just a nice little ride.
Mm, yeah, that's
Oh, and
pretty
watching
good.
when we laid in bed that one day all day and watched war movies.
Mm, that's not outside though. I say outside.
Oh well, so yeah, well,
All right, now we're gonna get in some harder questions. Should couples have access to each other's phone and social media accounts?
my personal opinion, yes, but that's just me because I'm crazy. But I think there's a whole like aspect of like don't just keep trying to look for something. Like if you need to use their phone, yeah, that's fine. You shouldn't be able to be worried like because honestly, if you're worried about someone, your other half like getting your phone, then obviously you're hiding something.
Yeah, I feel like there's a line of like
But also
privacy. If
respect.
you can't, yeah, if you
Right.
can't trust them or have enough respect to give them their boundaries, then what are you really doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if your significant other asks you to hold your phone to see, you should be able to just.
Yep. Just go ahead and hand it to them.
Is it acceptable to cheat on your partner, and should you tell them?
No, it is not acceptable. I feel like if you're gonna cheat, you at least I don't know, call it off first. Tell them, it's not gonna work out or whatever you may want to tell them. I don't know. Because it hurts. It really hurts somebody. And it's a mental thing too, because it tears the other person down so much. And yeah, I think you should tell them.
Okay. Is it okay to stay in a relationship if you're no longer in love with your partner?
No, I have to agree with you on that one. No. Like, what's the point of staying when you don't love somebody? Because that's just making things worse and you're wasting your life.
Unless you got kids and they're not 18 yet.
No,
Child support. Follow me for
no,
better financial advice.
no.
Is it right or ethical to have a romantic relationship with a coworker?
No.
Told you I'm getting hard questions.
That's fine.
Hard ones. No. Uh, that was it. No. All right.
No.
16.
Oh, you want me to tell you why?
Is it? Huh? Yeah. Huh?
Hmm?
What? You done? You answered it? You good?
No, it's not a good thing to have a relationship with coworkers because it causes problems and, yeah, it causes problems.
Okay. Is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time?
No.
No. Hmm. Okay. Should you forgive your partner who has betrayed you, or is it better to move on?
I'm a forgiving person, so I always probably will forgive the person, but don't mean I won't ever like forget about it and what was done. And it depends on like what you do after the fact. Like if you want to work on it, then that's fine. If you're going to do better, yeah, that's great. But if you're just going to continue to keep doing the back and forth thing, then no.
All right, now we're going to get into some mental health questions. You ready?
I thought I had a mental health question. I think I did.
You didn't. This whole podcast is about mental health and sobriety.
Oh no, I could have sworn I did. Maybe I skipped one.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You had some in there. There was a few in there. Um, What misconception about mental health do you wish to address?
Misconception. Misconception about mental health.
Like, what things that people think about mental health that's not right or not or is obviously wrong that you wish to
Well,
address?
I know a lot of people think some people are faking it,
Mm.
and instead of actually, then they'll judge people because you don't know what people are going through. Actually, you're just sitting there judging them, and then I mean, some people go through a lot of hard stuff on their own and in their head, and some people aren't taken seriously.
Yeah, you don't never know what silent battles people are facing.
Yeah, everybody they suffer or they go through things differently. Everybody, every single person on this planet is different, and don't just assume that they're faking or just try to actually listen and try to get to know the person, and then don't listen to other like I know a lot of people try to talk about the other person and get you not to like them or like oh they just complain a lot. Okay, but obviously they might be complaining for a reason. So, like, for me, I know a lot of people like, oh, you got to watch out for that person. You got to watch out. No, I will get to know that person on my own and go from there. And, that's just how I am.
What's your perspective on the stigma of men's mental health and mental health as a whole?
So, men's mental health, I think, is not very valued like women's or like people that have like a disability in their mental health or whatever. Because men are like the way men are grown up, they always have to be hard. They have to be the hard person. They have to be the strong person. They can't show weakness. That's just how men grew up knowing everything. They can't cry. If they cry, they get called, all these other names like, oh, you need to be strong. Okay. Yeah, it's okay to be strong. But also, it's also to cry. It's good to cry. Sometimes it's good to just let it out. Or, you know what? You don't even have to cry. You can just talk it out with somebody.
Yeah. And how's about mental health as a whole?
Mental health as a whole, I just feel like is a joke. Not because I just feel like the providers don't really take it seriously, or well, some may do. I can't speak for all, but
Mm.
I just feel like I don't know if you find like a good resource, that's great. But I just feel like it's hard nowadays to find like a good resource. I feel like doctors these days, just like my son's in behavioral health, I just first time meeting his doctor, I didn't really click with her. I don't like her. I didn't like her attitude. I just feel like you need to be if you're going to work and help people, I feel like you really need to be there for that reason. Don't just work for the money. Actually sit there and listen and try to help people because
Yeah.
that's what you went to school for. That's what you wanted to do in life. So actually do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered.
How? Yeah, it's fine. We'll accept that answer. Um, how has your mental awareness changed in recent years?
Awareness like what? Like,
Like if you catch yourself going into like a depression or stressed out or anxious, like you are more aware of yourself going into that and knowing how to change it or what to do. Like how has that changed over the years?
well, over the years it has gotten worse. I notice it a lot more, but I have my people that I talk to, and of course, my husband. Sometimes he tells me good stuff. Sometimes he tells me stuff I don't want to hear.
Mm,
But to me, I just like to be by myself, honestly, when I'm going through something. I like to just decompress it, smoke my cigarette, cry it out, and move on. Because it's going to get
mm,
better.
mm. How has social media impacted your mental health?
It's impacted a lot because, honestly, I spend too much time on it. I'm constantly looking and seeing what Ben's posting or what he's doing. And that takes a lot of time out of my day instead of doing things that I really need to be doing. So, yeah. And I'm a nosy person. I'm not gonna lie. Are you? Go. I found it in the Okay, say hey, bye. Hey, bye.
Uh, I would say that social media can be good and bad for your mental health. So you can follow some good, inspiring TikToks or Facebook pages and stuff like that. And then a lot of times there's ads and stuff of online services that you could go to.
Yeah,
Gotta hunt the good stuff.
that's true. You gotta find the good stuff.
Uh, what advice would you give to someone struggling silently?
Don't be afraid to reach out. It doesn't matter. It can be just find somebody that you feel safe with and just talk to them. And then if you don't, like if you're scared, push yourself. Like just know it's gonna get better. Sometimes it's better, or just write it down. Sometimes writing things really help because I can write better than I can speak. So like I mean like getting the words out, Benjamin. Um yeah. Like sometimes like when me and Ben's arguing, I can't talk to him face to face. I can text him all day long and write a whole paragraph, but to be able to tell him in his face I can't do it. It's a struggle of mine. I don't know. But anyways, that was not but what was the question?
What advice would you give to someone struggling silently? When you was talking about writing it down.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like I'm I'm a people's pleaser. Like I like to check up on people. I like to talk to people. I love to talk to people. Like just to see like not in a bad way, being I mean like friends and like coworkers that like I work with. Like sometimes because when you talk to people, you never know like what y'all have in common, and then that y'all can actually help with. Like me and this my coworker that I have, we've been talking, and we actually have some similarities that honestly just talking about it together and getting it off our chest like really help know someone else is going through that same thing and that you're not alone.
What coping strategies have you found effective for stress?
Taking a hot bath, turn the lights off, light a candle, get you some bubble bath. Sometimes you have to lock
Okay.
yourself in. Smoke my cigarette. Lock yourself in the room away from your kids. It don't matter if they're beating the door. Like Sawyer, he done broke the bottom latch of my door because sometimes I just have to get a break from him. And I can block it out. If you can't block it out, then I don't know what to tell you. But sometimes you just gotta block it out to have like some time to yourself.
Mm. Can you share a personal mental health journey?
Personal mental health journey. You want me to cry again?
Sure.
Mm, I mean, for the most part, I've always been happy, but recent years it has been a struggle. Um, Sometimes I think about the most awful things that I want to do to myself. Because sometimes I'd rather just end it instead of deal with it. So, honestly, just having the support and family support you can help a lot. And also, just having your kids. Honestly, my kids were the best thing that's ever happened to me. Thank God, because if I didn't have them through all of this, I probably wouldn't be here today.
All right. Next question. When faced with a long distance relationship, how do you make it work?
Mm, it's hard, but it's doable. You know, like the time zone thing. Um, just make it a priority to set extra time. Yeah, you might be tired the next day, but sometimes staying up a little bit later to be able to talk to that person, it helps a lot. And especially just talk as much as you can and text throughout the day, even if you don't got nothing to talk about. Like, which most of the time I don't, and that's probably a struggle too. But mm, I don't know, just let the other person know you're still there for them, make them feel important, make them feel like they're still a part of the daily life that they're not here with. Like, just keep them updated on everything and just involve them in everything you do, really.
Yeah. At this time, Cassidy, is there anything else you would like to share with everybody?
Mm. No, personally, no.
Personally, no. No little nugget of advice you want to give out?
Advice?
Something?
So, advice that I have for people who are struggling with mental health, don't give up. Keep fighting, because no matter if you feel worthless or you have all these bad things going through your mind, your life is still worth saving. And there's people, it might not feel like it, and it might be because you're going through that thing that you don't feel like it. You just feel like the world's against you and everybody's against you. But at the end of the day, people, there are somebody out there that loves you and that wants you here to stay. And I think that mental health is very important. So I feel like everyone should just reach out and just don't give up.
Yeah. Don't give up. Keep fighting
Bye.
the good fight. Uh, in conclusion, guys, on this episode, we didn't really talk about sobriety as much, and we talked just a little bit about mental health. But that's okay. Sometimes you have to question your relationships, gauge where it's at, see what, interview people and see how they see about things. Uh, as always, remember to be honest with yourself. That way you could be honest with others. And then being that it spreads like wildfire. You know what I'm saying? And it's your choice to stay sober. This is Sober Redneck signing off. Later, Gator.